What is the biggest misconception of you? What's one thing people think about you, but it's not true?
Well, according to my Instagram, people always think that I'm like easy. I'm actually not that easy. I'm actually celibate right now. And it's going to take the right type of man to get in my panties.
Where does that come from? Why do they think you're easy? Is it the pictures you take? Is it the positions? Is it the
I think it's
captions?
all of the above. But what people don't understand about me is I used to be bigger. I was a size like 16, 18. So naturally, when you adjust your body and you get more comfortable with your body, you don't mind being free. So I'm just comfortable in my skin.
How'd you lose the weight?
Ooh. If we're being real, I lost weight naturally down to a size 8. And then I had liposuction and a fat transfer.
When you went from 16 to 8 naturally, how'd you do it?
I cut out all carbs and all starches.
For how long?
For about a year.
So that took a year-long process altogether.
It might have been a little less than a year, but I cut them completely out for a year.
And where'd you learn that?
One of my girlfriends actually suggested it. She was like, if you want to lose weight, how about you cut out all them starches? Because I used to eat like cakes, pies, all that type of stuff. And once I started following that, I was like, it was doing good.
Was that easy or tough to do?
Well, initially I was bigger, so it was tough at first. No cakes, no pies, no pastas, no rice, nothing. But after I got accustomed to it, it was regular.
Were you relapsing at first when you tried to do it?
I actually wasn't, because I was a vegetarian for 4 years. So if I want to be dedicated to something, I could be dedicated to it.
I see. And when you were a vegetarian for 4 years, you were still a size 16?
No. I was a little bit smaller than that when I was a vegetarian, but this was in high school.
Ah. And then you stopped being a vegetarian?
Yes, and I blew up. My ex got me to try meat after the vegetarianism. Is that a word?
Sure. Today it is. I don't know if it is by dictionary, but...
My ex got me to stop being a vegetarian. And then I blew up.
I see. What size were you when you were a vegetarian?
I want to say like a 6'8".
6'8".
Mm-hmm.
And you became vegetarian, became size 16 at one point.
When I got off from being vegetarian.
Yeah, when you got off from being a vegetarian,
yes.
Became size 16 at one point.
16, 18, yeah.
Now, in the beginning, and we're backtracking here, why did you become a vegetarian in the first place?
So it's weird. I'm scared of dead birds. I'm scared of dead animals, period. But dead birds specifically. So a lot of times, I'm from Philadelphia, and in Philadelphia, if you go to the store, they have like chicken wings. If it looks like a bird or animal, I get freaked out. So when I got grown, I was able to make my own decisions. I just decided to stop eating it.
And when you came off being a vegetarian and you started eating whatever you wanted, that included chicken as well? That included the birds?
That was the first.
And then you end up going on the no-carb diet.
Yes.
And you lose the weight. Now, my question here is, you do end up getting lipo and fat transfer at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. When you become this no-carb diet, did you go into the diet knowing you were going to, at one point, do this fat transfer and liposuction scenario? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
How did that come into the picture? Why, after you lose the weight, does that become a thing for you to do?
Because I couldn't get rid of my love handles. I wanted them gone. After I came down off of the weight, it was like, okay, I did so good. I can't get rid of this stubborn area. What can I do?
You tried exercising, you tried natural stuff.
I'm kind of lazy, to be honest.
So you bypassed that
Yeah.
and went straight for the surgical method.
The easy way out.
And then that surgical method, it was a success?
It was.
Okay.
I'm happy with it.
I've heard of, some botched stuff happening sometimes.
I think you got to do your research, and that's with anything. Anything you do, you have to do your research, whether it's surgery, whether it's like if you want to try a different diet, whether it's you want to try a new medication, you just have to do your research.
What city did you get it done in?
Miami.
Okay. Care to share the name of the doctor you went to?
His name is Dr. Payne.
Dr. Payne.
And I go literally for maintenance, I go like once a week to True Image Wellness Center.
In Miami also?
No, that's here.
In Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I know sometimes when people start to get cosmetic surgeries, for some people it's just one surgery and it's done. For other people, it starts to become other things that they end up getting fixed. Was that all that you cosmetically, surgically have done?
No.
You've done other things.
Yes.
Care to share what?
I've had my breast augmented twice.
You have. And why twice?
The first time I went up like to a smaller size, and I was like, I wanted them bigger, but I was scared to go that big on my first take. So the second time I went for what I wanted.
I see. Now, you're not the only woman that's gone through that tough decision making. Initially, when you got the breast augmentation the first time, what did the doctor recommend you go for? What size?
I was going from a B and he recommended a C.
Okay. And you went with his recommendation?
Yes.
I see. But hindsight 2020, you wish you would have went past a C.
In essence, I actually am glad that I did it the way that I did.
Explain.
I'm glad because it gave my skin time to stretch enough from the B to the C and then the C to the double D. Whereas if I went straight to a double D, they probably would have just been sitting there. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Now, that, like I mentioned, is a tough decision. Some people get the right size and they're done. And then some people, like in your case, they get a size and they wish they would have went bigger.
True.
What advice or words do you have for somebody that's stuck on that decision, on that breast augmentation size choosing?
I would say go into your doctor and tell them exactly what you want. Because the second time I told him exactly what I wanted and he did it how I wanted. The first time I went in there not knowing, taking his suggestions, whereas if I went knowing exactly what I wanted and telling him what I wanted, then it would have came out exactly how I wanted.
You got this done with the same doctor that you had for the fat transfer and lipo?
No.
Different doctor. Miami also?
Yes.
Care to share the name of the doctor?
Dr. Timothy Alexander.
You used them both times?
Yes.
I see. Now, which one had come first? It was the lipo fat transfer?
No. I got my breast augmented the first. Then I got the lipo. Then I got my breast augmented again.
I see. Now, since you've had a couple cosmetic procedures at this point, surgically, are there thoughts on others?
Not at this very moment, but who knows what the future holds.
You're open to more cosmetic surgery in the future?
I mean, why not? If I get older and I see something that needs fixing, I'm going to fix it.
Is that addictive? Are you addicted to cosmetic surgery?
I don't think I am, because I'm not just going just for the hell of it.
I see. Now, what about this craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
I don't even know.
Too many rumors to think of one, or not enough rumors to think of one?
Maybe not enough.
That's a good thing, right?
I would think so.
Why does, okay, I do interviews all the time. Some
Yes.
people have a lot of rumors about them.
Yes.
Some don't, like yourself. Why don't you have rumors like other people I've interviewed?
I keep my friend circle small. So if I consider you a friend, then we genuinely have a bond. And I believe with real friends that even if y'all fall out or separate, it's no need to talk crap about each other. You know what I mean? Or to start extra drama. Y'all just, should I say discommunicate or excommunicate?
Say excommunicate.
One of them. Yeah, excommunicate. Y'all just excommunicate.
Is there a question you hate to answer people ask of you? Something
How
that
old am I?
don't like that one.
No, like why?
You keep that hidden?
No, actually, I don't mind saying it, but I just hate when people ask that, like, off the bat.
Care to share what age you are?
I'm old.
You are. Now, do you care what people think of you?
In a way, I feel like perception is a part of life. So in a way, I want to say yes, but at the same time, you can't live your life based on other people's perceptions. So then I would say no.
Now, when people care about another person's opinion of them, that can lead to health issues for some.
Thanks.
Can lead to a certain level of stress. It can lead to anxiety, depression, worst case, suicidal thoughts. Have you faced any of these obstacles caring about another person's opinion of you?
I haven't. I am bipolar, but that doesn't, my bipolar isn't affected by other people's thoughts.
That's something you've been diagnosed?
Mm-hmm. I've been dealing with that since I was about 11.
And how do you treat that? How do you cope with that?
Well, when I was younger, it was medications and stuff. As I've gotten older, I've learned to self-cope and learn different triggers that I have, also as well as like different things that help me to cope. Music is one thing that really is amazing. Music and art, for me, is amazing.
Creating it or listening to it and viewing it?
Listening to music, but I like to create art.
In what ways?
I make custom picture frames. Like I like to draw. I like tons of different things. Like I like to create things. I made, from one of my last photo shoots, I actually made I had wings, like it was like an angel type of situation. I made them from scratch myself, just because I wanted to. I could have bought them, but I like doing stuff.
As far as medications, do you take anything for it at this point?
Nope. And I'm happy and healthy.
What about as far as some sort of counseling, some sort of therapy? Do you see any of that sort of thing?
I've been in therapy for most of my life. So as of now, I don't, but I do think my friends are a source of my therapy. Like if I'm going through something, I talk to my friends and they help me sort it out. So my friends are a form of my therapy.
When it came to therapy with a professional before in the past, was that something you do on your own, like a self-made decision, or that's something that was recommended to go do, or?
If we're being honest, my parents made me go to it. I've had court decisions that made me go to it because I also had like anger management when I was younger. But when I got older, it was kind of for self for a little bit. I would go see them.
Is that stuff helpful?
It can be. Depends on who you're talking to. Like, if you talk to the wrong person, they may tick you off. If you talk to the right person, they may help soothe you. So that's why I say my friends are like my biggest support system at the moment. Like, if I'm going through something, I need to talk to them. They know how to deal with me. They know how to handle me as a person. Handle me and make me feel like better. Even if they're not in agreement with my decisions, they know how to handle me.
Were anger management sessions in the past helpful?
They were. They were.
Somebody may be bipolar
Yes.
right now watching this interview.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you would say to them?
It's nothing you can really say.
Okay.
Because you can't really tell somebody. Like if it's something in your brain that makes you act on a certain impulse, you can't tell somebody, oh, don't do that. But if you feel like you need help, go get help. That's what I would say.
You've mentioned being bipolar in this interview. Is that something that you discuss in your social media? Is that something you're open about with your followers at all, or no?
I don't discuss it with them, but I'm open about it. So if somebody talks to me, I don't mind expressing it. I'm open about that condition.
I
It's a
see.
part of me.
Now, I understand how you feel about people's opinions of you, but what about your modeling? What about being a brand ambassador? Do you care about people's opinions of those elements that you do?
I do.
You do care.
I do. But I'm not sure if I care about everyone's opinion. But if somebody is paying me to do a job and I'm brand ambassadoring for their company, of course I want them to like what I produce. You know what I'm saying? So I do care.
What are your keys to success at this point?
At this point,
Yeah.
I think hustling. Like you have to put the footwork in for anything. So yeah.